It's like, what we've been discussing about, friends, is that whatever creates a loop of suffering and entanglement is not the right path, whatever that is. Whatever is creating the loop of suffering or creating entanglement is surely not the right attitude from where it is coming from. There's something needs to be fixed here. We're not we're not talking about the outward action here. We're saying something needs to be fixed here. Yeah. So the state of desire we operate from surely cause this loop of suffering as we explained or discussed, and surely it entangles us. And this is a movement which totally takes me outward. It's like I start to do things, it's like it becomes a make believe world for me. I see an advertisement in the TV, and the first thing I want to do is go and buy that product. Rudimentary example. But it's like something ignites my desire, and I start to, become a puppet of that. Yeah. So I won't say that desire is really propelling us forward. To prove it in another way, desire, if we take this case in point, if desire is what has created this world of science and magic and automation and artificial intelligence and development of medicines and allopathy and all of that, desire, I see desire has fueled that development or growth, if you want to call it development of or growth. I don't call it development or growth, but if we want to see it as development and growth, then to me the parameter of development and growth must be like Bhutan. This country, small country called Bhutan, the Buddhist nation. In their GDP, gross domestic product, in their GDP calculation, happiness, human happiness is a big parameter. That I would call growth. Yeah. But if the growth has just made my life little more comfortable to live physically, and my physical pains and suffering has taken a detour, and it has become my mental agonies and my emotional sufferings, then have we really developed as a species, is the question I'm asking. Have we really developed? Have we attained any growth? If I as a person am not really blissful, all right, I have medicines to eat so that my body feels fine, but my mind is suffering, my emotion being is suffering. This there's a deep vacuum inside, I feel, as a human being. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So hence I'm saying, if this creates entanglement and suffering, or if this does not elevate entanglement and suffering, then we're not moving forward. To me, sukha, happiness, blissfulness is the parameter. End of the day, what matters is, are you living a complete life of appreciation, of gratitude, of peacefulness, of love, and of deep uh, connection or belonging to all that there is? Are you living a life in a state of that much of contentment? If not, then we're not growing. Then something is wrong in our economic formulas. Yeah? I don't know why I started talking about economy. Now, since I'm talking about economy, I would suggest all of you to read this very phenomenal work by a guy called Charles something. Um, this book is called The Sacred Economics, a new model of how the economic growth development must be seen, viewed, calculated. It's very, I think it's a very conscious work of economic state. Yeah. The second part of what Zach asked was, or is it desire marked as self-development? I think yes, desire marks itself as self-development. Otherwise, if desire comes and you know it's a desire, if it does not mask itself, then there's a high probability that you'll be able to catch hold of it, right? So desire masks itself as self-development, maybe as meditation, maybe as spiritual process, as we spoke earlier. Yeah, because truthfully, self-development must lead to self-knowing, right or wrong. What? Why self-development? Let me ask. Why we want to be or develop ourselves, enhance our capacity to produce more electronics, yeah, or enhance our brains so that we don't need computers. I mean, what self-development or why self-development? If whatever you are calling self-development, if it is not taking you into self-knowing, then there's a problem. Yeah. End of the day, we want to know who this is and what is this, and why is it here, and what's its role in this entire cosmos, and is this different than the cosmos out there, or is this part of that, or is it the cosmos itself? Yeah. We could explore our role in the cosmos. We could explore, are we part of the cosmos, or we could explore, are we the cosmos itself? So many dimensions. So self-development must move or propel self-knowing, which the great Ramana Maharishi said, contemplate on who am I? Beyond this body and beyond this mind, who am I? Self-knowing. So self-development must lead me to self-knowing, then only it's self-development. And if self-development is leading me to self-knowing, then sure it is not fueled by desire. Then it is not desire. Then it is a longing. Longing to know the real self. And to know the real self, I need to develop my capabilities and capacities and potentialities. I need to develop a certain rhythm, certain discipline, certain stability, certain foundation. Then the door opens. Yeah. Then, and if this is not happening, by the way, if self-development is not taking me to self-knowing, then it is like a directionless direction I'm moving in. Oxymoron. It is like a goalless goal I have formed. Oxymoron. A goal which does not have a goal. I, you know, I, I hope you're able to get what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Meditate over this, contemplate over this, because it's a very important thing that we're talking about. Because I meet and see a lot of people have become obsessive about this word called self-development. Obsessive about this. It's like if you are not attending 5 online classes a day in this lockdown, you start to feel that something wrong with me. I'm not putting enough into self-development, kind of a scenario. That is why the online scene suddenly is so flooded. Yeah, so maybe it is becoming a directionless direction for a lot of people out there. Yeah, so meditate on this mantra, on this sutra, that self knowing. All that you do must lead you to that self knowing. And that self knowing is the reservoir of Satyachit Anand, of peace, bliss, consciousness. It's a reservoir of that. Yeah, think about it. Do not accept it just because I'm saying. Meditate, contemplate over it. Let it take roots in your consciousness. Let it sprout from there as your understanding. Yeah, as your understanding. And then it should be tested as a manifestation.